Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, University of the Dmam, Deanship of E-Learning and Distance Learning, College of Applied Studies and Community Service. This is the English course and I am back again, @.Mازن الكبريتي. Okay, welcome to the fourth lecture, lecture number 4. I would like to welcome you all in this lecture. The first thing that we will do today, we will have a quick look about what we did last time. We will review what we did last time. We will do some exercises about what we did last time, and then we'll continue with unit 1. Okay, let's go to our slides. So this is lecture number 4 to remind you. And before we start with our slides, let me remind you a little bit about what we talked about last time. ما هي الأشياء التي تحدثنا عنها المرة الماضية؟ تحدثنا عن عدة أمور، منها كيفية تكوين أسئلة باستخدام is are التي هي أحرف الكون، كما أننا تحدثنا عن تشكيل وتكوين الأسئلة باستخدام do and does، وكل هذه الأسئلة التي كوناها كانت في الزمن الحاضر البسيط، والذي أيضا تكلمنا عنه وتكلمنا عن استخداماته. We talked about all the usages of the present simple. We had some examples. We did some exercises, and then we talked about about making questions using verb be and do and does. So now I need to remind you a little bit about how to make a question using verb be. We said the type of question that we use using verb be, it's a yes no question. Yes no question. A question that starts with verb be is a yes no question. السؤال الذي يبدأ بأحد أحرف الكون هو سؤال يحتاج إجابة تبدأ بنعم أو لا, yes or no. So let's refresh our minds. Let's remember some of these cases. So put the verbs between brackets in the correct form. So we have some sentences and we have verbs between brackets. So those are called the brackets. So we have the verb like between the brackets. So what you need to decide about, the first thing, you need to decide about, do you have a main verb or a verb to be? So look at all of these sentences. Here we have like, not like, sleep, you live, you speak, rise, not live, Khalid, this is a subject, get up, 5 times a day, pray. We have pray, the verb pray. Then we have the last one, have. So the first one is an example. So Ali likes football. Ali likes football. We added s, as we said for the present simple. We added s because we have yes, yes. If you're thinking about the same thing, we add s because we have singular third person. الضمير المفرد الغائب، الضمير المفرد الغائب، أو السبجكت الفاعل هو مفرد غائب. Ali likes football. So for the rest of those, so you need to decide, do you need to add things to the verb? Do you need to keep it as it is? هل يحتاج الفعل لأي إضافات أو إبقاء أو على حاله؟ So you can take a minute, you can stop the video and do the answers. You can answer all and complete all these sentences. Then we will check the answers together. Okay? You can have a 1 minute, stop the video, and then we'll come back. Okay, we'll come back after trying to complete those sentences. Now let's start with sentence 2. Sentence 1 is done. We said it's done as an example. Number 2. The first thing before you answer this sentence, before you complete this sentence, you have to look at the subject. you have to consider the subject. يجب النظر والأخذ بعين بالاعتبار الفاعل. ما هو الفاعل هنا؟ Let's have a look. We have Aisha. Okay, this is a subject. So, and the verb not like. So we said in the case of negative, what do we use? We said in the case of negative, when we want to change a sentence into the negative form, عند تحويل الجملة إلى صيغة النفي, what do? We use do or does plus not. نستخدم do or أو does بالإضافة إلى not. فهنا في حالة عائشة, okay, we have a singular third person. A singular third person, so we use, let's have a look, does not. So Aisha does not like school. So we added does, we added not, and then we added the like, the verb that we have here in brackets, we added it here. So question number 3, or sentence number 3. It's not a question, it's a sentence. So the dog and the cat space in the garden. So we have the dog, number 1, and the cat. So we have two subjects. In the case of two subjects, in the case of a plural, we use do, okay? But here we don't have negative, so we don't add an s. In the case of plural, we don't add s to the verb. If we have only dog, the dog, we say the dog sleeps in the garden. If we have only cat, the cat, we say the cat sleeps in the garden. في حالة كان عندنا فاعل واحد, if we might say, لو قلنا أن عندنا the dog فقط, we can say sleeps. But here we have the dog and the cat sleep in the garden. Okay, sentence number 4. Where, okay, this is the beginning of the sentence where we are asking about a place, and we will talk about WH words. سنتحدث عن الكلمات التي تبدأ بحرفي WH later in this lecture. But now let's focus on this sentence where أين, you, okay, I'm talking to you, and the verb is live. So we said with the questions we used, yes, we use do or does, and here because I'm using you, we use do. So with you, we use do. So where do you live? Where do you live? Okay, so where do you live? Maybe you can say the answer is I live in Damam, I live in Khubar, in any place. Okay, sentence number 5. We have a space at the beginning. English well. The subject is you and the verb is speak. So what do you have to add here? So it's a question, so you need to add something related to you. Is it do or does? Of course it's do. So do you speak English well? Sentence number 6. We have the sun as the subject. We have the complement. The rest of the sentence is in the east, and the verb is rise. So the sun, is it plural or singular? هل هي مفرد أم جمع? It's singular. Is it third person? It's third person because we use it instead of it. So the sun, we should add, this is affirmative sentence في حالة الجمل المثبتة, نضيف الفعل ونضيف له حرف S. So the sun rises in the east. Number 7. Oops, we've got the answers. Anyway, we'll explain it. Ahmed and Ali don't live in Casablanca, and in the brackets we have not live. So we have here again, it's like like sentence 3. We have Ahmed and Ali, two subjects, so we use do plus not, do not live in Casablanca. Number 8. When it means we are asking about time, and we will talk about this later. So when we have the subject Khalid and get up, we said with questions we use do or does. Khalid is third person, he's the third person, he's singular, so we use does. So when does Khalid get up? متى يستيقظ خالد? Number 9, Muslims. Here it's not a question, it's an affirmative sentence. Muslims, we have an S, a plural S, الجمع. المسلمون, Muslims. Pray, so we add the verb pray. يصلون 5 مرات في اليوم. Muslims pray 5 times a day. Muslims pray 5 times a day. We don't add anything, nothing to add. Number 10, I usually have rice for lunch. So this is affirmative sentence, جملة مثبتة. There is no need to add anything to the verb. I usually have rice for lunch. Okay, this is the end of this exercise. Now we will do another exercise to review what we talked about last time. سنقوم بحل الآن تمرين آخر من أجل مراجعة ما تحدثنا عنه في المحاضرة السابقة. Okay, this exercise, write yes no questions, then write true answers. So you have to write the question, you have the subject and the verb and the complement, the rest of the sentence. And here shy is an adjective, خجول, shy, خجول. Okay, so here we have to make yes no questions, and here all of them are, as you can see, there is no main verb. If you read all of these, this class easy, the teacher is strict, this is in this class lazy, your neighbors nice, and your friends outgoing. There are no main verbs. If we have no main verbs, it means that we have to add verb to be. So in this case, let's explain this more. في جميع الجمل، جميع الكلمات المتوفرة لدينا لا يوجد فعل رئيسي. There is no main verb in those sentences. So what we do to form a question, للقيام بتكوين سؤال, we add verb to be. So we add it according to the subject. نعتمد على الفاعل لإضافة فعل الكون المناسب. So in the first one, you, with you we said we use are. So are you shy? So the answer, yes I am. Yes I am. This is the short answer that we talked about last time. So yes I am. Maybe if you are not shy, إذا لم تكن خجولا أو إذا لم تكوني خجولة, maybe you can answer no I'm not. No I'm not. So now you can stop the video again. يمكنكم إيقاف الفيديو ومحاولة تحويل هذه الكلمات أو الجمل إلى أسئلة. Then we can come back and check the answers together. Okay, now stop it for a minute or two. Then we'll come back to check the answers. Okay, welcome back after trying to complete or change those words into questions, yes no questions. Let's check your answers. Let's have a look at number 2. We have this class is the subject, easy. هذا الفصل أو هذه الحصة سهلة. هذه الحصة سهلة. So what we need to add verb to be. What is the verb to be which is appropriate for this class? فعل الكون المناسب ل this class. This class singular and it is neuter. We deal with it, we treat it as it. So let's see the question. Is this class easy? هل هذه الحصة سهلة? Okay, and the answer is yes or no. It's according to you. الإجابة تعود لكم. Maybe yes, maybe not. So what we will have the both of the answers, yes and no. Okay, yes it is. We treat this clause as it. So yes, it is, or no, it isn't. As you can see here, we can use contraction form. I need to remind you that when we have a no answer, عندما تكون الإجابة لا, okay, we can use contractions. يمكننا استخدام الاختصارات. While when we have the answer yes, when the answer is yes, عندما تكون الإجابة نعم, we don't use contractions. This thing we talked about it last time. تحدثنا عن هذا الموضوع في المرة السابقة. Okay, let's go to number 3. The teacher strict. The teacher strict. So we have a noun and we have an adjective. The teacher المدرس strict, it means معنى كلمة strict صارم. Okay, he's very serious. صارم. Okay, so the teacher, he's singular and he's third person. Third person. Okay, so the question should be, is the teacher strict? The answer, yes, he is. So he replaces that teacher, or no, he isn't. No, he isn't. Again, we have a contraction here. Number 4, the students in this class, this is the subject, all of it is the subject, and lazy. Lazy is an adjective, صفة. It means كسول. Okay? So, are the students in this class lazy? So we used are because we have plural form. And the answer is yes, they are. They, so they replaces students and are with they, or no, they aren't. Another contraction here. Number 5, your neighbors, جيرانك, nice, لطفاء. Okay, so your neighbors, we have here plural, so we use yes, we use are. So are your neighbors nice? The answer, before I show it, think about it. Yes, they are, or no, they aren't. So they replaces your neighbors, and are, we use it with they. Again, the same as the previous sentence. هي مشابهة للجملة اللي قبلها. The last sentence to do. Are your friends outgoing? So here we have another plural, كلمة جمع في حالة الجمع مرة أخرى. So your friends, are your friends outgoing? So the answer is yes, they are, or no, they aren't. Again, the same. They refers back to friends, your friends. Okay, I hope that making questions using verb to be is easy and clear with the short answers. Now all of these are called short answers because we say yes or no, yes I am, no I'm not, yes he is, no he isn't, and so on. So those are called short answers. أجوبة قصيرة. Now we will talk about short answers, but we will talk about short answers for do and does because we didn't talk about them. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Okay, in this slide, as I said, we will talk about yes no questions, but short answers concerning do and does. الأجوبة القصيرة مع do and does. We talked about short answers with verb to be. Now we'll talk about short answers with do and does. Let's have a look at the first part of the examples. We have 2 questions and short answers for them. So, do you go to a class in the evening? This is the first question. The answer to this question, as you can see, we have yes or no. So yes, I do. Yes, I, because you are talking to me. Do you? So I'm talking, so I'm answering. السؤال موجه لي فأنا أجاوب ب I. Do you go to a class in the evening? So Yes, I do. No, I don't. So in the case of yes, we use the same auxiliary verb, الفعل المساعد ذاته سواء كان do or does. So yes, I do, or no, I don't. So in the case of no, we add not. It's similar to the short answer with verb be. So, and again here we use contractions. We can use contractions for no. The second example here: does your mother work on weekends? Does your mother work on weekends? Yes, she does, or no, she doesn't. Again, the question starts with does. So when we say yes, yes, she refers to mother, she does, or no, she doesn't. We add not here, and we use the same auxiliary verbs, the same helping verb that we used in the beginning. Let's have more examples. In the second group of examples, we have: do you and your friends play sports after class? So it starts with do, and we are talking about you and your friends. You and your friends. So when I ask you about you and your friends, you should answer we. So yes, we do. نعم نحن نفعل ذلك. Yes, we do. Or no, we don't. لا نحن لا نفعل ذلك. Okay, so again we have contraction here. The last example that we have for yes no questions, short answers, do and does: do your friends make phone calls at night? Yes, they do. No, they don't. Again we use do, which is the beginning of the question, and we use don't by adding not. So as you can see here, we have do, which is the helping verb, we have the main verb, but in the short answer we use only the helping verb or the auxiliary verb. Okay, this is enough for short answers and yes no questions. Now we will move to talk about something else. We will talk about information questions. When the question is asking for information, when we are not asking for yes no questions. عندما لا يكون السؤال مقصودا به الإجابة بنعم أم لا، يتطلب معلومات. So what do we do to form information questions? Now we will talk about the words that we use to form information questions. سنتحدث عن الكلمات التي نستخدمها من أجل تشكيل أسئلة تتحدث عن معلومات، تسأل عن معلومات عندما نطلب معلومات من الآخرين. So let's see. Those questions are called WH questions. WH questions. Why are they called like that? Because most of the words that we use to ask for information starts with WH. I said most of them because we have some of them that do not start with WH, but they are not mentioned here. So تسمى هذه الكلمات أو هذه الأنواع، هذا النوع من الأسئلة تسمى بأسئلة WH، لأن الكلمة الأولى التي نبدأ بها السؤال تبدأ ب WH. Here we have the question word، كلمة السؤال. We have what, when, where, which, who, and why. So we need to know the function of each one. ما هي وظيفة كل واحدة منها؟ When do we use what? When do we use when, where, which, where, or why? So when do we use them? Now in the next column we can see the function of each one. Well, let's start with the first one, what. So what we use it to ask for information about something. To ask for information about something specific. When, so we ask about time, so when is related to time, when, time, so every time you see when, it means time. So when do you sleep? I sleep at 1 o'clock, after midnight, and so on. Where, number 3, where, we we use it to ask in or at what place or position. So we use where to ask about a place, or a location. So for example, where are you from, where do you live? All of these questions are about the place. The next one, number 4, which is to ask about choices. We can use which for asking about choices. For example, which one do you use? Do you use a red pen or blue one? Okay, so which one do you want? This one or this one? So now I'm giving you choice. أنا هنا أمنحكم الخيار. Which one do you want? Do you want the red one or the blue one? Which one? So you can decide. The next one, who, asking what or which person or people. So to ask about people, للسؤال عن الأشخاص أو الناس. So who are you playing football with? مع من تلعب كرة قدم? So here we are asking about a person or a group of people. Maybe you play football with your friends, maybe with your classmates. So who, we use it to ask about people or one person. The last one, why, we use why to ask about the reason. So why did you do that? Why did you do that? So in the answer we use because. Why do you do that? I did that because I want to. So نستخدم why للسؤال عن السبب. Again, let's repeat them. So we use what للسؤال عن معلومات عن شيء محدد. when للسؤال عن الوقت. نستخدم where للسؤال عن مكان أو موقع. which للسؤال عن خيارات، نخير بين شيئين. which one do you choose. who للسؤال عن شخص أو مجموعة من الناس. the last one why للسؤال عن السبب، وفي معظم الحالات نستخدم في الإجابة because. Now let's have some examples. For the first one, what is your name? What is your name? We are asking about information. What type of information? We are asking about a name. So this is the something that we are asking about. الشيء الذي نسأل عنه، نطلب معلومات عنه، هو الاسم. Number 2, example number 2. When did you leave? When did you leave? متى غادرت? We are asking about the time. So when did you leave? I left at 5 p.m. I left at 5 p.m. غادرت في الساعة 5 أو عند الساعة 5. Okay. The next question, where do you live? Where do you live? أين تعيش أو أين تسكن? So this is a question about a place. So the answer might be I live in الخبر. This is my answer. Your answer might be different. Okay. The next one, which color do you want? Which color do you want? It means that we have a group of colors. يعني عندنا خيارات بين الألوان. Which color do you want? Which color do you like? Do you like red, yellow, blue, grey, purple, or any other color? The next question, who, to ask about people. Who opened the door? Who opened the window? Who did that? Okay, so here we are asking من فتح الباب. Who opened the door? من فتح الباب. So it could be one person. So Khalid opened the doors. This could be the answer. The last one, why. Why do you say that? Why do you say that? لماذا تقول ذلك? Why? Because I want it, or because I want to. لأني أريد ذلك. So why? To ask about the reason. The reason, we can show the reason by using because. يمكننا تقديم السبب باستخدام because. لأن أو بسبب. Okay. This is the end of talking about WH questions. Now we can move on. Let's move on. Okay. Now if you want to continue with lesson A, if you remember lesson A in unit 1, if you go to your book to lesson A, you can find it. It's at the beginning of unit 1. سنبدأ الآن بالدرس ألف A, lesson A. So lesson A, getting to know you, getting to know yourself, التعرف على نفسك. How to talk about yourself, how to talk about your family, your favorite things. كيف تتحدث عن نفسك, عن عائلتك, وعن أشيائك المفضلة. So favorite things, maybe your hobbies, the things that you like, the things that you do every day, and things that you do a lot. So those are the things that we'll focus on. We will focus also on use the simple present and present of be to talk about these things. So سنستخدم الزمن الحاضر البسيط والزمن الحاضر البسيط في استخدام أفعال الكون للتحدث عن هذه الأشياء، مثل التحدث عن نفسك وعن عائلتك وعن أشيائك المفضلة. Okay, now imagine that you are in a classroom. You are in a classroom. How to get to know your classmates. Classmate, it means your friends in a class. زملاء الدراسة, classmates. So, do you know a lot about your classmates? Of course no, because you are at the beginning of the year. How do you know more? So if yes or no, it depends. If you don't know or you know. What do you like to learn about them? What do you like to know about them? Do you want to know about their age? Where do they live? The place of their living? What do they do? What do they like? What do they dislike? المعلومات العامة عنهم, مكان السكن, العمر. ممكن أيضا التعرف على الأشياء المحببة لهم, الأشياء التي لا يحبونها, and so on. So, like name, as we said, where they live, أين يعيشون, and their free time activities, النشاطات التي يقومون بها في أوقات الفراغ. Free time, أوقات الفراغ, and activities are the free time activities, أنشطة وقت الفراغ. Okay, so we will discuss those points in this page. So if you go to your book, it's the first page of this unit, getting to know you. How well, as you can see here, how well do you know your new classmates? إلى أي مدى تعرف زملائك الجدد? Okay, so we have some questions that we need to ask to know your new classmates. للتعرف على زملائك الجدد هناك مجموعة من الأسئلة يمكنكم طرحها من أجل التعرف على هؤلاء الأصدقاء الجدد أو الزملاء. Okay, let's go back. Lesson A, getting to know you. Talk about yourself, your family, and your favorite things. Simple present and present of be. Let's see what questions can we ask about name. What's your name? This is the first and most common question. What's your name? For example, my name is John, my name is Carl, my name is Sarah, Mary, Fatima, any other names. So my name is, اسمي هو, any name. What does your name mean? What does your name mean? In the first question we used verb be here, as you can see, because we are asking about a name. There is no main verb. لا يوجد فعل رئيسي في الجملة عدا الفعل الكون is. While here, what does your name mean? Here we use does because we have a main verb. Main verb which is mean, يعني. What does your name mean? ماذا يعني اسمك? ماذا يعني اسمك? So my name means here, because we deleted does and we have my name which is singular and it is third person, مفرد, غائب. My name means blah 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 blah. So it means something. For example, it means light, يعني الضوء. It means a good friend, يعني صديقا جيدا. معنى الاسم, the meaning of the name. So my name means anything, the meaning of your name. Everyone has a meaning for his name. The next question, do you have a middle name? So this question was asking about information, as we said, information question. So do you have a middle name? Here it's a yes no question, but sometimes with yes no questions we need a long answer. تحدثنا سابقا عن short answers, الأجوبة القصيرة. Now we need to talk about long answers. So here, do you have a middle name? هل لديك أو هل عندك اسم أوسط? So do you have a middle name? Middle أوسط. So do you have a middle name? Middle name usually هو اسم الأب. So do you have a middle name? Yes, my middle name is, for example, John. My middle name is Michael. My middle name is Muhammad. My middle name is Fahd. So here this answer is called long answer, because we can answer it in short by saying yes, I do, but this is short, very short. Here this requires more information. Do you have a middle name? Yes, my middle name is blah blah blah. Okay. The next question, are you named after someone? Are you named? To be named after someone, it means يعني يسمى على اسم شخص آخر. هل سميت على اسم شخص آخر؟ على شخص ما؟ هل سميت قد أن تسميتك على اسم شخص ما? So, are you named after someone? The answer, again, it's a long answer. It needs a long answer. Yes, I am named after maybe my grandfather. لقد تمت تسميتي على اسم جدي. So, my grandfather and I, we have the same name because I am named after my grandfather. The next question, do you like your name? هل تحب اسمك? Or هل تحبي اسمك? Do you like your name? Some people don't like their names. So the answer comes, maybe here we have do you like your name? The answer is long answer again. Yes, it's okay. It's a pretty common name. Yes, it's okay. Okay. نعم. لا مشكلة فيه. It's okay. It's a pretty common name. هو اسم شائع جدا. Common, شائع. So, it's a pretty common name. So, those are the questions related to name. If you want to ask about the name of someone that you have met for the first time. أسئلة نسألها لأشخاص نقابلهم للمرة الأولى. Okay, now let's move to the second field. إلى الحقل التالي. We will talk about lifestyle. Lifestyle, أسلوب الحياة. The first question, are you a full-time student? Are you a full-time student? هل أنت طالب بدوام كامل? Because some people have part-time study. They study part-time بدوام جزئي. Some people have full-time job. It means عمل بدوام كامل. Full-time job. عمل بدوام كامل. Or part-time job. عمل بدوام جزئي. Maybe for 2 hours or 3 hours in the evening. Sometimes in the morning, sometimes in the evening. It's very flexible. عمل مرن يكون. Okay. Let's go back to our question. Are you a full-time student? هل أنت طالب بدوام كامل? Yes, I am. Okay. Here it's a short answer. There is no need for a long one here. لا يوجد داعي للإجابة الطويلة في هذه الحالة. Are you a full-time student? Yes, I am. Or no, I'm not. What's your major? What's your major? ما هو اختصاصك? What's your major? For example, my major is English. So if it is a question for you, my major is history. اختصاصي تاريخ. My major is history. You can say my major is business administration. So it depends on who we are asking. The next question, what do you do for a living? What do you do for a living? ماذا تفعل في الحياة؟ ماذا تفعل؟ ماذا تعمل؟ So what do you do for a living? Or you can say what do you do? If we ask what do you do, it means do you have a job? Do you study? معنى السؤال لما نسأل what do you do for a living? Or what do you do? ماذا تعمل؟ ماذا تفعل في حياتك؟ هل تدرس؟ هل تعمل؟ So the answer to this question, I work in a bank, because he has work. I work in a bank. أنا أعمل في bank. Maybe you can say I study at university. I study business administration. So it depends. The next question, how do you get to work or class? For example, if you have a job, I can ask you, how do you get to work? لو كنت تعمل أسألك كيف تصل إلى عملك أو كيف تذهب إلى عملك؟ ما هي وسيلة النقل يعني؟ So how do you get to work or class أو للمدرسة للفصل؟ I get to class by car. أذهب إلى الفصل أو إلى المدرسة بالسيارة. So we use by car. Maybe we can say by bus بالحافلة, by train بالقطار, I can go by bicycle. أخذ دراجة هوائية. By motorcycle دراجة نارية. So it depends on your answer. How long does it take? How long does it take? This question is related to the previous question. So this question, how long does it take? كم يستغرق ذلك من الوقت? Take, it means time. How long time? So how long does it take? كم يستغرق ذلك من الوقت? How long does it take? كم يستغرق ذلك؟ حرفيا كم يستغرق ذلك؟ It takes about 45 minutes. يستغرق تقريبا حوالي 45 دقيقة. So this is how you ask about lifestyle. I hope they are easy for you. Now we will move to the next page and we will ask questions about home and family. How to ask about home and how to ask about family. The first question, where do you live? Where do you live? أين تعيش? The question is different from one person to another. I live in space on space street. The first space is for the city. The second space is for the street, the name of the street. So for example, I live in, let's say in Damam on, for example, Prince Naif Street. So I live in Damam on Prince Naif Street. Okay, when we use this is very important, ملاحظة هامة جدا. When you use names of places, names of anything, عندما نستخدم أسماء لأماكن محددة, we use it in capital. So دمام, when we write دمام, عند كتابة كلمة دمام, أول حرف لازم يكون capital, يكون حرف D, it should be capital. Prince Naif Street, for example, على سبيل المثال, إذا كانت إجابتنا فيها Prince Naif Street, so Prince, P, the P is capital, Naif also is capital because it's a name of a street and the name of a person. Okay, the next question, do you like your neighborhood? Do you like your neighborhood? هل تحب منطقتك? Neighborhood. Neighbor is it means جار, neighbor. Neighborhood منطقة أو حارة, we might say. So do you like your neighborhood? No, I don't. Short answer. Short answer. Then we add more information. No, I don't. Or yes, I do. No, I don't. My neighborhood is. We can add an adjective here. ممكن إضافة صفة للتعبير عن مدى سوء هذه المنطقة. My neighborhood is very crowded. I cannot park my car. So my neighborhood is very crowded. منطقتي مزدحمة جدا. I cannot park my car. لا يمكنني ركن سيارتي. I cannot find a parking space. لا يمكنني إيجاد مساحة لركن سيارتي. Okay. The next question. Do you live alone or with your family? Do you live alone? Do you live هل تعيش لوحدك وحيدا or with your family أو مع عائلتك? Most of the people here in Saudi Arabia, we live with our families. We don't live alone. So here I live with my family. Maybe we can say yes, I do. I live with my family. Do you have any brothers or sisters? هل عندك أي أخوة أو أخوات? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I can start with yes, I do. يمكن البدء ب yes, I do. I have two brothers. Maybe we can add two brothers and one sister. Okay. Let's continue with talking about home and family. Where are your parents from? من أين هم والداك؟ من أين هم والديك؟ ما هو أصلهما؟ What is their origin? ممكن أن يكونوا من منطقة أخرى. So where are your parents from? My parents are from, we can say, my parents are from the UK. من المملكة المتحدة. Maybe we can say, my parents are from Germany. من ألمانيا. Maybe each one is from different country. We can say my father is from the UK and my mother is from Syria, for example. So my father is from UK and my mother is from Syria or in any other country. So this is how you answer this question. Now the next field, friends. How to ask about friends. We ask about friends using those questions. Do you have a lot of friends? هل عندك الكثير من الأصدقاء? Do you have a lot of friends? So this is a yes/no question. So we can start the answer with yes or no. Yes, I do. نعم عندي. I have a lot of friends. I have many friends. عندي الكثير من الأصدقاء. Maybe if you don't have friends, no, I don't. I have only two friends, two good friends. So because some people don't have a lot of friends, so no, I don't. I have only one friend. Okay, the next question. Are your friends from school, work, or neighborhood? So here we have a number of commas. عدد من الفواصل. Why do we use commas? When we have a list of more than two. عندما يكون عندنا شيء نسميه قائمة، عدد من الأشياء التي نسردها, like school, work, or neighborhood. We don't say school or work or neighborhood. We use a comma and before the last one, قبل آخر عنصر في هذه القائمة أو هذا السرد نستخدم or. The same thing for and. Are your friends from school and work and your neighborhood? We don't say that. We put a comma instead of and or. So are your friends from school? هل أصدقائك هم من المدرسة، من العمل، أو من المنطقة التي تعيش بها، من الحارة؟ The answer, my friends are from school. My friends are from school because we have more than one choice. عندنا أكثر من خيار. My friends are from school. أصدقائي من المدرسة. What are your friends like? Can you tell me about your friends? أوصف لي أصدقائك. كيف هم أصدقائك? What are your friends like? They are a lot of fun. We can say they are very nice. هم لطفاء جدا. they are very nice, they are very kind, they are very smart. هم أذكياء جدا. The next question: do you and your friends get together a lot? هل تلتقي مع أصدقائك جدا؟ get together تلتقي أو تجتمع بأصدقائك a lot كثيرا. So do you and your friends، أنا نسأل هنا على السؤال موجه لك ولأصدقائك، فالإجابة لازم تستخدم صيغة معينة. الصيغة هي we, because I'm asking you and your friends. So yes, we get together every week. So نلتقي أو نجتمع كل أسبوع. The next question: what do you do when you get together? What do you do? ماذا تفعل عندما تجتمعون، عندما تلتقوا؟ We usually go to the mall. This is what we do in Saudi Arabia. We usually go to the mall. We go to Rashid Mall. We go to Dahran Mall. Any mall. Just to have fun, to get together with friends. We do this. So we usually عادة غالبا في معظم الأحيان we usually go to the mall. Okay, so those are the questions that we need to ask about. Those are the important questions that we need to ask about. And you can find them in your book. You can find them in after the first page of the unit. You can write your answers. You can write your own answers. بإمكانكم كتابة الأجوبة الخاصة بكم، وهي قد تختلف من شخص إلى آخر. إذن, so those are the questions to ask your friends, to ask about names, about home and family, lifestyle, and the friends. Okay, now if you go to the bottom of the page, في أسفل الصفحة ذاتها, you can see this part. Number 2, speaking naturally, stress and intonation. This skill is used for speaking. هذا يعني شيء متعلق بالتحدث, speaking. So we'll just give you an idea about it. It's not required for the test. شيء ما هو مطلوب للامتحان, ولكن maybe we can talk about it. Maybe some people are interested in knowing more about speaking skills. So we'll just mention it quickly. So stress and intonation. What does it mean? Let's start with the example, and with the examples you will know. If you look at the sentences that we have 6 sentences. Some of the words are in orange. بعض الكلمات هي ملونة. If you think for a second why they are in orange, لماذا هي ملونة بلون مختلف? For example, do you have a nickname? This is the first one. So nickname. Okay. The second one, are you from a big family? So the important word is family. The next one, what do you do to have fun? Okay, this is another important word. The next one, yes, people call me Jimmy. Another important word, yes, I have 4 sisters. The last one, I go to the movies. So what we do to speak naturally, للتحدث بشكل طبيعي, we do stress and intonation. Stress and intonation. Stress عندما نلفظ الكلمة بشكل أوضح من الكلمات الباقية, نقوم بالتشديد على الكلمة. This is called stress. When we stress on a word, we make it clearer, more clear and more louder than other words, and we make it higher in voice. Our voice is higher. يكون الصوت أعلى. So as you can say, here the arrow, السهم هذا يظهر مدى مستوى الصوت. يكون منخفض في البداية ثم يرتفع ويستمر في الارتفاع. This is called rising in intonation. طبقة صوت مرتفعة بشكل متجه للأعلى. Rising intonation. So if we have, as you can see in the first two, we have rising intonation. It doesn't fall like this one. لا ينخفض مستوى الصوت مثل بعض الجمل هنا والأسئلة. Why? If you look at the beginning, إذا نظرنا إلى بداية أو هذين السؤالين، هاتين الجملتين وهما كلاهما سؤالان do and are. And we said before, if we have are or do at the beginning of the question, it means that we have what kind of question? Yes, we have a yes no question. يكون السؤال yes or no. So when we have a yes or no question, we start with a normal voice, then our voice goes up. يعني نبدأ بطبقة صوت طبيعية ثم يرتفع الصوت. So how to say that? Let me give you an example. I will now practice doing this with the stress and the intonation. سأقوم الآن بتوضيح كيفية قراءة السؤال باستخدام stress and intonation. First, I will read it without stress or intonation. في البداية الآن سأقرأها بدون تطبيق الستريس أو الانتونيشن. Do you have a nickname? So, the level of the voice is the same. مستوى الصوت ذاته لم يتغير. Now let's try it with the stress and intonation. Do you have a nickname? Okay, so as you can see, my voice rised. My voice went up. So to show the importance of this word. Let's try with the second one. Are you from a big family? Again. Okay, so those two questions ends with a rising voice. While the others, we start with the normal voice, then we continue, then our voice goes up to this point, then it goes down. So how to do that? Let me give you an example. What do you do to have fun? The next sentence, yes, people call me Jimmy. Yes, I have 4 sisters. I go to the movies. So, as you can see, my voice goes up then goes down. So, this is it. This is stress or intonation. We just talk about it to give you an idea about it. It's not really necessary for the test or for the exam. هي فقط يعني تحدثنا عنها لإعطائكم فكرة عن stress أو intonation. If you see it in any grammar book, إذا قمتم بمشاهدة stress or intonation, you just understand. تفهموا معنى هاتين الكلمتين. Okay, if we continue to the next page of the book, let's go to the next page of the book. Let's go up to the top of this page. The grammar that we talked about in this lecture and the lecture before. Simple present and present of be. We have 4 sections here in this box. The first section we have, as you can see, yes no questions using verb to be. Then we have here questions, yes no questions again using do. Here do or does, both the same rules. قواعد ذاتها. القسم الأول أسئلة باستخدام فعل الكون، وهي أسئلة تتطلب جواب نعم أو لا. والحالة الثانية هي ذاتها وتتطلب نعم أو لا ولكن تبدأ ب do or does. The third one and the fourth one using WH questions, the questions that we talked about earlier. And the first one, the first part, number 3, it's using verb to be, while the second part is using do and does. Let's read those examples that we have. The first one, are you from a big family? Yes, I am. I am one of 6 children. So it means أنا أحد 6 أولاد أو أطفال. No, I'm not. There are only 2 of us. Okay, so عائلتي ليست كبيرة. Not a big family. نحن فقط 2. Are you and your friends full-time students? Yes, we are. We are English majors. English majors, it means we study English. No, we are not. We are part-time students. نحن طلاب بدوام جزئي. So we have full-time student and part-time student. طالب بدوام كامل and طالب بدوام جزئي. The next part using do you have any brothers or sisters? Yes, I do. I have a brother. No, I don't. I am an only child. طفل وحيد. I'm only child. I don't have any brother. I don't have any sister. The next question, do you and your friends, so do you and your friends, so in the answer we should use you, so get together a lot? Yes, we do. We go out all time. No, we don't have time. ليس عندنا وقت. The third part, what's your name? ما هو اسمك? Is it Leo? هل اسمك هو ليو؟ Okay, we can continue. Yes, it is. My name is Leo Green. Or we can say no. The answer is no. No, it's not. My name isn't Leo. It's Joe. The next question, where are your parents from? This is a question that we talked about previously in the previous page. So, are you from Bureau? So, as you can see here, we have two questions. The first one is information question, asking for information. The second one is a yes/no question. Are you from Bureau? Bureau is a country. It's in South America, and so we start with the yes/no question. Yes, they are. They are from Lima. Lima is the capital of Bureau. Lima هي عاصمة Bureau. So, no, the other answer when we say no, they are not. My parents are not from Bureau. Okay, the next part, using WH questions with do and does. What does your brother do? Does he go to college? If you remember when we said we used what do you do to ask about do you work or do you study? So what does your brother do? Does he have a job or does he study? So does he go to college? If yes, yes he does. He goes to the same college as me. هو يدرس في الجامعة ذاتها التي أدرس بها. No, he doesn't. He works at a bank. يعمل في بنك. هو يعمل في بنك. The last question in this part, where do your parents live? Where do your parents live? I'm asking about your parents. Where do they live? Do they live nearby? هل يعيشون بالقرب من هنا? Nearby, it means near of here. So, the same idea here. We have a information question, WH question. Then it is followed by a yes/no question. Do they live nearby? We start with the short answer for the yes/no question. Yes, they do. They live near here. هم يعيشون بالقرب من هنا. And if it is the answer is no, they don't. They don't live around here. They live somewhere else. Maybe they live in another city, maybe in another country. Okay, now we will do a small exercise. Exercise A. So, think of a possible question for each answer, and there's no partner. You don't have a partner, so you have to do it by yourself. What we will do, we have the answers. You have to give me the question. You have to write the question. So, عندنا الأجوبة. You have to write the questions. عندنا الأجوبة. يجب عليكم كتابة الأسئلة. So the first one is an example. The only word that we have read. So what is a possible question for this one? What's your favorite color? ما هو لونك المفضل? What's your favorite color? Maybe you can ask another question. What's the color of your car? What's the color of your car? ما هو لون سيارتك? Red. Okay. So, for number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, you can stop the video. You can stop the video for 5 minutes, and you can try to find good questions for those answers. Okay? So now we can stop the video for 5 minutes, and then we come back to check our answer. نوقف عرض الفيديو لمدة 5 دقائق يمكنكم خلالها محاولة إيجاد الأسئلة المناسبة لهذه الأجوبة. بعد ذلك يمكن أن تقارنوا الأجوبة مع الأجوبة التي سأعرضها لكم إن شاء الله. Okay, now we can stop. We'll come back. Okay, now we are back and we will check the answers that you have written. Actually, there are questions because we have the answers and we need to write questions for them. As you can see, we still have 7 questions to write, so I'll just show you the possible answers for the possible questions for those answers. Let's read the first answer. No, I am not. I have one sister. Okay, let's go to the slide and I'll show you the possible answer for number 2. So again, let's read the answer. No, I am not. I have one sister. So we should start with a yes/no question. As you can see here, we have no, so the question should start with yes or no question. So, are you an only child? So as you can see, we started with are because I'm talking to you. So are you an only child? هل أنت طفل وحيد أو هل لديك أخوة؟ So are you an only child? The answer is no, I am not. I have one sister. So this is one of the possible answers, the possible questions that we can write. Number 3. No, I don't drive. I don't drive. So we use drive, maybe we can drive a car. So this is what we can, so we can ask about a car or drive. So as you can see, again we have no. So the meaning of this, it means we should start with a yes/no question again. Let's go and see the possible answer for number 3. Do you have a car? In this case we used a yes/no question, but we used do because we have the main verb has, and do here is an auxiliary verb. استخدمنا do لأن do فعل مساعد وعندنا فعل رئيسي هو have. So do you have a car? There should be a question mark at the end. The answer is no, I don't drive. Number 4. He works in a store. He works in a store. So this is not a yes/no question. ليس سؤال يتطلب نعم أو لا. This is information question. So you should start with a WH word. He works in a store. We are asking about someone. We are asking about a male, about a man or a guy. So the possible answer can be, what does your brother do? What does your brother do? So we are asking about the job of your brother. Does he study? Does he work? So the answer, what does your brother do? This is the question, the possible question for this answer. So he in the answer replaces your brother. So he works in a store. هو يعمل في متجر. Let's go to number 5. We usually go out to dinner or see a movie. Here another WH question, another information question. It's not a yes/no question. I'm asking about, okay, you are talking about you and somebody else because we use you. Okay, it's used for first person for plural. نستخدم الضمير we في حالة الجمع، first person في حالة المتكلم، تتكلم عن جمع. Okay, so let's see the possible answer or the possible question for this answer. Number 5, what do you and your friends? So I'm asking about you and your friends. What do you and your friends do on weekends? The answer is we usually go out to dinner or see a movie. Number 6, no they don't. They don't have time. We have here another yes/no question. No they don't, we are asking about a group of people. They don't have time. Who are those people? So maybe you can ask about friends, classmates, about parents. So let's see the possible question for this answer. Number 6. So here we are asking about parents. Do your parents go out a lot? هل يخرج والداك بشكل متكرر بشكل كبير؟ No, they don't. They don't have time. ليس عندهم وقت. Number 7. No, I hate mornings. I am not a morning person. So again we have a yes no question. So I hate mornings. So the question is for you. So you should ask using you. I am not a morning person. لست شخصا محبا لفترات الصباح. So the possible question, do you like mornings? So I'm asking you, do you like mornings? هل تحب فترات الصباح? The answer, no, I hate mornings. I'm not a morning person. The last one, the last answer that we need to write a question for. Well, I have a part-time job. I work Saturdays, or I work on Saturdays. عندي عمل بدوام جزئي, part-time job. It's the opposite of full-time job. So the possible question for this answer is, which is number 8, do you work? Do you work? So the answer again, well, I have a part-time job. I work on Saturday, only on Saturdays. That's why it's called part-time job. Okay, by the end of this exercise we come to the end of this lecture, lecture number 4. What we did today, we talked about many things. We talked about how to answer do or does question, yes or no question, using short answers. We talked also about WH questions or information questions, how to answer them. We also talked about how to make a friend, what to ask questions, what questions do you ask when you meet someone for the first time. تكلمنا عن الأسئلة التي نستخدمها مع الأشخاص الذين نلتقيهم للمرة الأولى. تكلمنا أيضا عن أسئلة المعلومات WH questions, الأجوبة المختصرة أو الأجوبة القصيرة باستخدام do or does, and we did some exercises. Okay, that's it for today. That's it for lecture number 4. I'll see you again in the next lecture. Till then, take care and study hard. So I'll see you next time. Take care and goodbye. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.